Hello everyone. Today I would like to tell you about the most famous ancient Indian epic, the Mahābhārata. Maha means great and Bharata refers to all the lands reigned by the great emperor Bharata. Mahābhārata is most known for its Hindu religious text of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita means the Song of God. The authorship of Mahābhārata is attributed to Maharishi Vyāsa. Throughout this series, I'll be sharing with you many stories, sub-stories, stories within stories, and all the intricate details of this epic. While growing up, I was told these stories by my parents. Visiting the library to bring back a comic of Mahābhārata and reading the story was my most memorable childhood moment. I intend to keep this interesting to all the viewers and at the same time pass these stories along to all the viewers across the world. During these episodes, you'll hear a few Sanskrit words and names that are not currently in use by most Indians today. I'll explain what these words mean and add a subtext so you can read them. Who is Vyasa? The word Vyasa means the compiler. His birth name is Krishna Dvaipayana. He is more commonly known as Veda Vyasa, as he compiled the single eternal Veda into 4 separate books: Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. Vyasa was born to the sage Parashara and a fisherwoman named Satyavati. Satyavati used to ferry people across the river Yamuna. One day, she helped sage Parashara cross the river. He was enchanted by her beauty and wanted an heir from her. Initially, Satyavati did not agree, telling that if others would see them, then her purity would be questioned. Parashara created a secret place in the bushes of a nearby island. On that island, Satyavati immediately gave birth to a son. Within a flash, he also grew up to be an adult. Parashara named him Krishna Dvaipayana. Krishna means dark-skinned, and Dvaipayana means he who is born on an island. We will hear more about Satyavati soon in the story. She plays an important role in the twists of the story. Throughout the story, we keep seeing Vyasa, the author of the poem, written as a character. He adds value, shares his knowledge, guides the kings in the right direction, etc. Vyasa is believed to be one of the 8 immortals in Hindu culture. The scriptures state that the remembrance of these 8 immortals offers us freedom from ailments and a long life. Ashwatthama, Mahabali, Vyasa, Hanuman, Vibhishana, Kripa, Parashurama, and Markandeya are these 8 immortals. Who is this great emperor Bharata I spoke about earlier? Bharata is the son of King Dushyanta and Shakuntala. The story of Bharata's parents and his birth is best described in the famous Sanskrit play Abhignana Shakuntala by poet Kalidasa. Bharata is a member of Chandravamsha. Chandravamsha means the clan of the moon. Even today, the Indian subcontinent is called Bharat after this great emperor. Now, back to the epic. The Mahābhārata is the longest epic poem known. It has 100,000 shlokas, or verses. Each shloka is a couplet, attributing to 200 lines of poetry. With over 1.8 million words, the Mahābhārata is more than 10 times the length of the Iliad and the Odyssey put together. This poem has 18 parts. Throughout this epic, you will hear the significance of the number 18. we will talk about 18 human values, 18 days of the war, 18 divisions of the army that fought in this war, etc. One day, when sage Vyasa got the cosmic green light to create this epic poem, he needed a scribe. He is said to have prayed to the Lord Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles. When Lord Ganesha appeared and heard his request, he accepted it on one condition. Lord Ganesha wanted the sage to dictate the poem with no breaks and wanted it as a continuous flow of thought. The sage Vyasa accepted the terms with a condition of his own. The sage would recite the poem only once, and the Lord had to understand every word, the inner meaning, and then scribe it. It was a challenge to the challenger. The sage began by invoking the name of Lord Narayana, Nara, and seeking the blessings of Goddess Saraswati. There is also a legend that while this long poem was being dictated by sage Vyasa, the pen that Lord Ganesha was using to scribe on the palmyra leaf broke down. Lord Ganesha had to think quick and act. Instead of asking the sage to pause, he broke off one of his tusks and then used it to scribe this poem down. Hence, he also got the name Ekadanta, meaning single tusk. Upon completion of the epic, the sage Vyasa taught it to his 4 disciples, Vaishampayana, Sumanta, Jaimini, and Paila. He also taught it to his son Shuka. They were instructed to recite this poem in public only after all the main characters of the story had passed away. Many years passed, and the then king Janamejaya was performing a Sarpayaga, meaning a sacrificial ritual of snakes. It was for the first time, and maybe also the last time in the history of India, was such a ritual performed. The ritual was to go on for 18 long years. Upon hearing this news, sage Vyasa arrived at the ritual pavilion along with sage Vaishampayana. The king honored the sages and requested them to tell the story of his forefathers. Then, for the first time, sage Vyasa directed his disciple sage Vaishampayana to recite the poem. With this story of Lord Ganesha and Vyasa, I would like to end this episode. In the next episode, I'll cover the beginnings of this great Indian epic, starting from the genealogical tree of Chandravamsha, the birth of the great emperor, and also what is this mysterious ritual of snakes? Please share any questions or comments with me. If you have heard of any other variations of this epic, I would love to hear them too. Please share them via the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel to get notifications on the release of new episodes. Thank you for watching this episode. Until the next time, good luck.